请大家唱诵莲花童子心咒。我们一起齐声问候：师尊好，师母好，大家好。顶礼坛城，做观想大礼拜，一拜根本传承上师及十方三世一切诸佛。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心三印。二拜诸菩萨。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心三印。三拜诸护法金刚。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心三印。四平等一起手。恭请法王圣尊莲生活佛一步道展视频接受众线上众弟子们的问安。
爱你，感恩圣尊，我爱你，认真生活自在，快乐，佛体安康，
我们要祝福佛体安康，身体健康，佛体康泰，心灵世界，
祈愿师尊佛体康泰，
记得
愿师母身体安康，
我们爱你哦。寿无疆啊，
叫消除消除吉祥爱你，身体健康，希望家庭家事顺利，帮助人用的。
我希望就是佛体康，长寿健康，
ก็สมัครอะไร
真正的家庭
父亲节快乐！
佛体安康，平安喜乐，
我是觉得
教是莲花清明，大业莫爱你，
是我的尊严，我的全家庭，
我的家人，
在吉祥如意，在一年好，在新的一年好，
祝你的
愿你们健康，
恭请法王圣尊莲生活佛升法王座。请释默莲先生师上座，请长老仁波切作为上师上座。请教授师法师上座，请讲师主教、贵宾我们善心大德就座。恭请法王圣尊莲生活佛加持。
Inviting His Holiness Living Buddha Liansheng to bless the prayers of the primary supplicants and merit holders. The offering of Hatha. Let us join our palms with reverence, and we are inviting Master Lin Zi to present the offering of Hatha to the lineage Guru as a symbol of the highest honor on behalf of all of us. Visualize true Buddha lineage. Namo Vairogana Buddha. Namo Buddha Lokana. Namo Amitabha Buddha. Namo Padma Kumara. Namo Living Buddha Liansheng. Visualize Great Master and all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas sitting on top of our heads, radiating light to bless us. Reset Padma Kumara mantra 7 times. Perform the visualization of the 4 immeasurables. Visualize to your left your father and relatives and ancestors from the father's side. To your right is your mother and from the mother's side. Friends, teachers and benefactors behind us. Enemies and karmic creditors in front of us. All sentient beings around us, together practicing tantric dharma and ultimately attaining Buddhahood. Clap twice and snap your fingers to awaken the deities. Recite purification mantras and the deity mantra. Recite invocation mantra. We sincerely invoke our lineage root Guru, His Holiness Living Buddha Lien Shang. Namo White Maha Padma Kumara. Namo Lotus Light Self-Mastery Buddha. Namo True Buddha School Lineage Gurus. We sincerely invoke the main deity of Homa, Namo Maha Pratisara Bodhisattva. We sincerely invoke the main deity of Homa, Namo Maha Pratisara Bodhisattva. We sincerely invoke the main deity of Homa, Namo Maha Pratisara Bodhisattva. Namo Golden Mother of the Primordial Pond, Namo 5 Dhyani Buddhas, True Buddha School 8 Primary Deities, Namo Yamantaka, Akalanata, Namo 4 Heavenly Kings, Sima Bodhisattva, Rainbow Temples, all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, Dakinis, and divinities, all the deities enshrined at the True Buddha Tantric Order, at the Seattle Lizang Temple, and at the South Mountain Retreat. Rainbow Temples, Mountain God, Earth God, Garden God, Wind God, Water God, Heavenly Fire God, the Dragon Gods, and all divinities, as well as the city gods, to please radiate light and bless this Homa. Perform great homage using visualization, first to Root Guru and all Buddhas. Visualize for position on the ground, release the mudra. Second to all Bodhisattvas. Visualize for position on the ground, release the mudra. Third to all Heruka and Dhamma protectors. Visualize for position on the ground, release the mudra. Fourth head bow. Great mandala offering, form the offering mudra. Visualize the transformations of the offerings to become innumerable to fill the whole cosmic space. Make the offering above to the lineage root Guru, all the lineage Gurus, the Buddha, the main deity of Homa, Mahapratisara Bodhisattva, all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, Dakinis, and divinities, and below to all sentient beings. Recite the offering verse and mantra. Mount Meru, 4 continents, and sun and moon transform into precious offerings for the Buddhas. May these wondrous treasures and merits purge our karma to all of our civilization. For foot refuge, visualize our lineage root guru, all the lineage gurus, a Buddha jewel, Dhamma jewel, and Sangha jewel to form bright white light to empower us. We said the mantra. Armor protection. Form Vajaklaps mudra. Reset Vajapani mantra 7 times. Inviting His Holiness Living Buddha Lian Sheng to perform blessings with mala. Inviting His Holiness Living Buddha Lian Sheng to set ceremonial demarcation, to bless the registration forms, homework cards, and all the offering.
请大家起立。
Please rise and join your palms with reverence. And together we inviting scholars to perform the ritual of opening the Homa fire pit, to set ceremonial demarcation around it, to lit Homa fire, to make all the offerings and perform mudra transformations for purifications, enrichments, manifestation, subjugation, and pardon deliverance. Please recite the heart mantra of Maha Pratisara Bodhisattva.
佛祖尊心咒。
Maha
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 Recite the heart mantras of the principal deities and Indian
Om Panamo Lintoling Soha. Om Ha 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 Wei Samoye Soha. Om Jali Zuli Junti Soha. Om Jambala Chalang Chalaye Soha. Om Ah Hom Beza Guru Bema Sidi Hom Se. Om Ah Hom Guru Be. Ah He Sasamaha Lian Shen Sidi Hom. Deata Om Bekhaziya Bekhaziya Maha Bekhaziya Laza Samo Katahe Soha. Namo 36万亿11万9500同名同号阿弥陀佛。Namo
119,500 Buddhas with the same name identification of Amitabha. Homage to the 36,119,500 Buddhas with the same name identification of Amitabha. recite the supplication to the Guru Buddha to stay in samsara. I pay homage and supplicate His Holiness the virtuous and marvelous Tantrika, all Buddhas in the Buddha verses, as numerous of grains of sand, compassionate Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapas, and Dakinis, protectors of Dharma. The three toysons are proliferating endlessly. Our body and soul are stricken, tumbling in the misery of perpetual rebirth. With great compassion, His Holiness descended upon this world to salvage the deluded ones. Hence the three jewels emanate wondrous light to provide refuge for all. All fortunate beings, humans and devas, rely on His Vajra body for the bestowal of teachings, vows, precepts, empowerments, and attainments. We disciples of the Buddha plead that you stay in samsara to turn the Dharma wheel to benefit and give happiness to multitudes of sentient beings. Merit dedication. May all uphold the Buddha, ascend to the realm of utmost bliss, repaying for full generosity from above, aiding those in the three realms below. Upon seeing the Buddha, may we transcend life and death like the Buddha, may we liberate all. True Buddha's goal. Disciples wholeheartedly pray to the main deity of Homa today to please protect our lineage root gurus, Holiness Living Buddha Lien Sheng, with peace, health, longevity, all wishes fulfilled, great self-mastery, spontaneous activities, harmony, love, and respect, continually stay in samsara to turn the Dhamma wheel to liberate sentient beings to the other shore. Inviting His Holiness Living Buddha Lien Sheng to perform the overall merit dedication. Homage to Mahapratisara Bodhisattva. Wholeheartedly we pay homage to Mahapratisara Bodhisattva. Wholeheartedly we pay homage to Mahapratisara Bodhisattva. We pray to the Bodhisattva to guide the spirits to be reborn into the pure Buddha verses. We pray that you radiate light and bless all participants. To fulfill the wishes, to grant all wishes, that all the prayers be granted according to their wishes, that they accomplish all they wish for in perfection. We pray to Mahapratisara Bodhisattva to please bless us so that all calamities disperse, all adverse affinities disappear, all inauspicious disappear. We pray that you bless us so that all of our prayers be granted. And gods in heaven, gods on earth, may we be far from all calamities. May all calamities abandon us. Let all disasters turn into dust. May the pandemic disappear. Viruses disappear. May the natural disasters disperse. Bad affinities disperse. Bad lucks disappear. Everything inauspicious disappear. Bad thoughts disappear. Recite 100 Silpa mantra 3 times.
Ha 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 ha, Bhagavan Sawa, Tathagata, Pezama Mimancha, Pezapawa, Mahasamaya, Sato Ahom Pei, Om Peza Sato Samaya, Manupanaya, Peza Sato Tenupadisha, Zetsome Pawa, Suto Kayume Pawa, Supo Kayume Pawa, Anunatome Pawa, Sawa Hasidi Mempurayata, Sawa Gamma Sutsame Jitamu Siniyan Guru Hom Ha 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 Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Pezama Mimancha Pezapawa Mahasamaya Sato Ahom Pei Om Peza Sato Samaya Manupanaya Peza Sato Tenubadicha Zetsome Pawa Suto Kayume Pawa Supo Kayume Pawa Anunatome Pawa Shawa Hasidi Mempurayata Shawa Gamma Sutsame Jitamu Sinijan Guru Hom Ha 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 Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Pezama Mimancha Pezapawa Mahasamaya Sato Ahom Pei 做观想大礼拜，礼拜根本传承上师及十八。
Great homage using visualization for Student Guru and all Buddhas. Visualize for position on the ground, release the mudra second to all Bodhisattvas. Visualize for position on the ground, release the mudra third to all Herukas and Dhamma protectors. Visualize for position on the ground, release the mudra, fourth head bow. Recite completion mantra.
让我们以最热烈的掌声感恩根本传承上师圣尊莲生。
Let's give a round of applause to show our utmost gratitude to our lineage Guru for presiding over this Mahapratisara Homa fire offering ceremony. Now let us join our palms with reverence, and together we are inviting His Holiness to bestow the precious Dhamma teaching. Let's pay homage to the lineage Gurus, homage to the Venerable Mang Liao Ming, homage to Master Sakya Chung Kong Sang, homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa, homage to Master Dupton Darshi, homage to the three jewels of the altar, homage to the main deity of Homa today, Mahapratisara Bodhisattva. Om Mahaprati Salo Soha. Sumu, Tutan City, Tanjangkato, Tutan City, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma instructors, Dharma tutors, temple directors, and all disciples present here and over the internet. Good afternoon. How do you do? Now announcement for next Sunday, August 13, 14, 13, Sunday, very rare Homa. It's the white Jambala riding on a dragon. Homa, fire offering ceremony. It's been a long time since we had this. That's a wealth deity. So this is the son of the yellow Jambala. It should be, right? So the way to ask for riches from this deity is rather different. You need to set up a huge bucket of water, like a tub to bathe the baby. And then you put the water that you have offered to white Jambala and mix with the regular water. And then you build a wooden boat and that looks like a boat, and then you placed it on top of the water and place a white candle on top of that wooden boat. So around this big bathed tub, you place all the numbers for the lottery. So it depends how many numbers you have on your lottery. Like for the mega bucks, and you place all the numbers on the sides of the tub. So the water that you offer to white Jambala is the bathing water. And the Dhamma practice is rather different. You have to flick the bath water. He loves bathing. He loves water. And the water that he's used for bathing mixed with just common water in the tub. Then you need to chant his mantra. And then you lit the white candle. And then you place the boat in the middle of the tub. And then you watch where the boat goes to. The wooden boat can move, carrying the lit white candle And by continual chanting of this mantra, the boat will move to all the different numbers. And then you noted them. And then you buy the lottery based on those numbers. So that's a different way of asking for money. Anybody that had won lottery by practicing with Jamala? Yes, using such a method. I remember the ceremony was in the mall, no, in the park, in the Marymore Park, under the tent that we set up at the Marymore Park. We had the ceremony, and it was also attended by a Tibetan Rinpoche, Chikme Rinpoche. So he attended the ceremony where I transmitted the white Jambala. Is there a practice procedure? There should be. Have you ever seen one? How to practice it? So, and there the practice procedure. So you chant the mantra by the side of the tub and lighting the white candle on top of the wooden boat. And you can put some wax under the wooden boat so that it can move smoothly. And there's no need for wind or breeze. If he descends, then the boat can move very fast. So it means that the white Jambala is on the boat. And then to find all the different numbers for the lottery. When it moves to the side, then you place it in the middle again. And then it would move again to the second number, third number, fourth number. Or it moves by itself. Like say the seven numbers, and then you just take a note and then buy the lottery. If you don't win for this period, you'll just continue waiting, maybe the next period. And you'll just buy the same numbers that he indicated to you, then continue buying, and eventually one day you'll win. Someone did win. Very special method. But the bath water should be added. The white Jambala's bathing water should be added to the water in the tub. So what is a bathing water? Is that just regular water with some soap? Or soap powder? And it's also one of the 8 offering items. So you use the 8 offering items to make offering to the white Jambala. And after you finish, you take that bath water and then mix it with the just regular water in the tub. And you need to pay careful attention when you make the wooden boat, and then put some wax underneath so it can slide. And then you place the white candle at the center, and you don't need to blow on it. No need for wind or breeze. And when he comes, the candle will cracking sound, or becomes really bright, and the boat will move by itself to the numbers. But the floor should be level, otherwise, and the water is also level, and just let it float by itself to whatever numbers, and then you take a note. That's how it is, very special, right? Please remember, don't fall asleep. Then you'll forget how to do it. If you don't want money, or you're not interested in money, or you like to kill money, then you don't need to become the primary supplicant. So you have to persist and persevere. You pray once, twice, 3 times until you have all the numbers, and then you use those numbers to buy the lottery. Continue buying until you win, and then you would lose sleep. If you have a wife, then you would hug each other and dance all night. Very responsive, let me tell you. Today we did Mahapratisara Homa, and we always have the most people because she is a wish-granting Vajra. Mahapratisara. So, your wishes will be granted. Not only the mudras, but the sutra is very long. Or the name of the sutra is very long. The Pratisara, Great Liberation, Dharani. The Mahapratisara Dharani Sutra of Universal Illumination, Supreme Wish Fulfilling Mudra, Unconquerable Vidyaraja. It states all the kinds of spiritual responses. If you recite, write, or propagate the Dharani, listen, recite, read, write, or propagate the Dharani and Sutra, then you will be untouched by fire or poison. Then you would be spared from all kinds of natural disasters, subdued your enemies and enmities, and it can even break or destroy the Avicii hells, eradicate all kinds of calamities, and to give birth with safety or peace, and also be spared from all kinds of disasters, all kinds of merits. Mahapratisara Dharani Sutra of Universal Illumination, Supreme Wish Fulfilling Mudra, Unconquerable Vidyaraja. Yesterday I said that Sakyamuni Buddha used his horse whip to point to the womb of Yasodhara, and then she was pregnant with a son who was later called Rahula. When she gave birth to the baby, Sakyamuni Buddha had been in the Grahakutta, already in spiritual cultivation. So Yasodhara was thrown into the fire by the king of Magadha. But another story is Sakyamuni Buddha knew that Yasodhara was suffering from disaster. So Sakyamuni Buddha flicked some water, and the water extinguished the fire that burned Yasodhara. So when Sakyamuni Buddha knew that Yasodhara was suffering from the disaster, he dipped his finger in the water and flicked it into the sky, and the water extinguished the fire that burned Yasodhara. The other legend said, that's mentioned in the Mahapratisara Dharani Sutra, that when Rahula was still in the womb of his mother Yasodhara, she was thrown into a fiery pit. Rahula thought of this Dharani in his mind, which is Om Mahaprati Salo Soha. Please don't chant it wrong, okay? Not Prada, which is the brand name. Like Prada bags are very famous. So he thought of this Dharani or mantra, and the fiery pit transformed into lotus pond. So Rahula, in his mother's womb, thought of Mahapratisara mantra, and the fire was extinguished and transformed into a lotus pond. And then another one is the king of Magadha did not have any sons, and he used the mantra Mahaprati Salo Soha, wrote it, and then let his wife wear it around her neck and prayed for a child, and then they had a child. So now you know what to do.
Om Mahaprati Salo Soha.
The Sanskrit characters of this mantra, Om Mahaprati Salo Soha, on a red cloth, and then you use red thread and hang it on your neck. And you pray for a child to the Mahapratisara Bodhisattva, then you will receive some response. And so the queen had a child. There are 8 mudras for Mahabharata.
他讲了内五孤印、十轮金刚印、
The
金
five
刚印、
prong
尊毗
inner
佛母印、
five prong mudra, Kalachakra mudra, Yamantaka mudra, Usnisha Vijaya mudra,
观
three
前
prong
印。
mudra, single prong mudra, Akasakarpa mudra, and the
那
scripture
最主要是
mudra.
番茄印，
And the most important one is the scripture
你
mudra.
要磨这个番茄印，要磨3下。
And you have to rub it 3 times, rub them 3 times. And then clap 3
磨3
times.
下，就触动大水球的心。
That's to touch the heart of Mahabharata, so she
就有感
knows.
应啊。
Then you will receive response when you pray to her. 老婆劝老公讲，不要老是爱喝酒，酒会 The wife said to the husband, "Don't drink
无所谓啊，
because it can
因为
destroy your life.
结婚以前我跟你喝
It's
酒，
okay. Because I have drunk before we got
那一天
married,
呢，我喝过
and
量了，所以
I
就
drank
牺
too
牲
much and I lost my life.
所以误了我的一生，
Oh, I lost my,
早
and
就误了我一生。
so I have done it long ago."
老公失身了，那喝了酒以后他就失身。
The wife, the husband, lost his
爸爸
virginity.
问老婆：“老婆，我的刮胡刀为什么不利了？”老婆讲
The husband asked the wife, "Why is my shaver
你的刮胡刀
become
的时
so
候不是
dull?"
好好的吗？
And the wife said, "Oh, but when Xiaoming used it, it was very
我
sharp."
的刮胡刀不利。
And Xiaoming said,
小明讲：“哎，
"Oh,
我没有觉得不利呀、
I didn't
昨
find
天
it
拿来削铅笔的时
dull.
候还是很利。
It was very sharp when I used it to shave my pencil."
很好笑。小明问爸爸说：“爸爸，问你一个问题。
Xiaoming asked his dad,
有五
"Can I ask you a question?"
后来又上来了一只狼。
On the public bus, there are 5 lambs and 1 wolf.
你想骗
So when they arrive, how many lambs are
我？全
there?
部被狼吃掉了。
Like on the HSR.
小明讲，
Of course none. They're all eaten by the wolf. And Xiaoming said, "No, there's still 5. Because you're not allowed to eat on the public transport."
好，我们进入主题。
Now we'll get to the main subject on Q&A.
新加坡莲花遗财问的。
A question from Singapore,
莲
Lianhua Yichai. The precious lineage root guru, living Buddha Lian Sheng,
摩诘经的开示中，让
in Gaya Master's teaching from Vajra Sutra to the Vimalakirti Sutra, you guided us through the ancient mysteries of Buddha Dharma, bringing clarity and understanding to our minds, just like blowing away all the clouds to reveal the sun.
的解释，
Especially your profound explanations of no thought and no self have allowed us
的
to
体悟中
effortlessly understand their true meanings.
身体的
We come
结
to realize that we as sentient beings
从宇宙
are deceived by our own sensory
被
experiences.
认为我
We
是存在
mistakenly identify these fleeting existences as a
人
concrete
是很难
and
放
real
下
existence of
对
self
行者能放眼
that is difficult for most ordinary people to let go.
有一天，所有
Only when a practitioner
不
can
见了，
distance themselves from thinking and contemplation, perhaps one day
体会
all the familiar perceptions and cognitions disappear,
逐渐
just like in moments of death or deep meditation. that they can begin to comprehend the illusory nature of self and grasp the concept of no self. So from this understanding, I have some questions. One, if a spiritual cultivator has grasped the above understanding, but becomes a comatose patient with no sensory experiences except a consciousness due to karma, is this process similar to the intermediate state or bardo? Will this turn out to help the practitioner to recognize and affirm the concept of no self? So he's asking, if you become comatose, like if you're in a coma, will it actually help you to realize no self? Because you cannot move. But a comatose person still have a consciousness. So is that helpful to attain the fruition of no self? That's the question. But I've never been in a coma, so and none of us here have been in a coma. So this question should be asked to a comatose person. Some people, even in coma, they can recognize the writing, yes or no. So you can see your friend or relative. You can ask, are you no self or you still have a self? Because some comatose patient has their eyes open. So you blink once, that's yes, and blink twice, it's no. You can ask them. That's my answer to Lianhua Yichai in Singapore. Just go ask the comatose patient directly. Because I'm not in a coma, so I don't know if there's no self at such a time. There's only consciousness left for the person in coma. Talking about the PhD Chun Jian, who asked, what is consciousness? We've talked about it many times. The eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, mind, and the root of the consciousness. And the consciousness, alaya. The eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, mind, consciousness. And then the 8th consciousness, and then the 9th consciousness, which is the immaculate consciousness, and the 10th consciousness in Tantrayana. From the coarse to the fine. The root of the mind, and then alaya, which is the 8th consciousness. Because you ask, what is consciousness? So I might as well explain that further. This else, and then you also ask, what is wisdom? I've talked about it. The fundamental wisdom, wisdom of discernment, all-encompassing wisdom. The fundamental wisdom is about emptiness, nothingness. The wisdom of discernment is existence. And the all-encompassing wisdom is the emptiness and existence all together. This is wisdom. To answer the question asked by the PhD Chun Jian. And how to turn it? And then, like a mule, you can also try to turn. And then the stages. Then if you use power, then it would turn bigger or faster. And if you use less power, it will be smaller. Those are my answers.
你讲。
Oh, you want to speak?
这个佛教讲的无我呢，是无我的时候，你会启发这个佛的智慧。但是他讲这个植物人是接近白痴的时候，那就是玩空啊，所以不同的呀。他的无我跟那个无我是完全不一样的呀，一个是变很有智慧，一个变没有智慧。
好，请坐，请坐。
Please be seated.
请问你当过植物人？
Have you been in a coma? Let me ask you. Were you a comatose before?
当过植物人啦。
We've never
理
been.
论上的啦。
Those are just theoretical.
有你的道理，对不对？
You have your own rationales. I have my own rationale.
不一样的，
But everyone is different. Everyone's reasoning is
也
different.
是对的。
So of course whatever you say is right too.
但是呢，我们没有当过植物人，实在
But
是
we've never
不能
been
替植物人讲。
in a coma, so I cannot
只有
speak on
植
their
物人他
behalf.
自己本身知道。
Only the comatose patient would know.
这个我当然不能叫你说你去当植物人试试看。
Of course, I cannot tell you to try to be in a coma, right?
没有当过植物人，实在是不敢。
So I don't dare to say yes I like because I've never been in a coma.
当然，其实当植物人是很伤心的一件事情。
Actually, it's a sad thing to be in a
这
coma
个植物人本
or to
身
be in a
当然也
vegetative state.
他的看护更痛苦，
You know, it's a lot of
亲人
suffering.
更苦。
And then the caretakers and the loved ones suffer even more.
北一女有一个这个仪队的指挥吧，仪队的指挥，
I
黄
remember
晓明嘛，很有名的。这个他当植物人，
Huang Xiaoming.
结果呢，他的父母
I think it's a
看
conductor,
护他，
a very famous person.
都走了，他还没走嘞。
And then the parents
你看护他，都
were
父母
taking
都走
care
了
of him,
他还
and the
没走
parents died, but he was still
他
alive.
的兄弟姐妹来看护他，
And then his siblings were taking care of him, and they all died, and he was still alive.
真
Oh, my heavens.
所以真的当植物人是不是无我，真的是
So it's really, who knows if they have no self as
其他都是理论了。
a person in
佛菩
coma.
萨言是无我，
The rest is just rationale or
迷
theo,
失自己，变成无我。
hypothetical
佛菩
hypothesis.
萨大部分来讲是倒驾慈航，
So Buddhas and Bodhisattvas were originally no self, and what happened that they become lost and end up with self.
佛啊，
But most Buddhas and
释
Bodhisattvas,
迦牟尼佛
like Sakyamuni Buddha and
有几百世的
Amitabha
菩萨，
Buddha,
到最
and
后
they
在娑婆世界成佛。
they live as bodhisattvas for hundreds of
不
lifetimes,
过
and then at the end became a Buddha in the Saha world.
真的是有隔世之谜啊！
So they come
像我
with the mission, but they really have
6岁的时候啊，就是
a
在
delusion through
两
rebirth.
只金母显现，
Like myself, I did not know anything until I was 26 at the Jade Emperor Temple,
夫人呐，
and then through
基友长啊，
Jio-san,
他叫我的名字啊，
who called on my
我
name
去玉皇宫，谁也不知道我的名字，叫我
because nobody knew my name
我的
there,
名字叫做卡子，
and she called
卡子
me using my Japanese nickname or username,
卡子一口，
Katsuhiko.
他就叫我的日本名字啊，你们这里有一个人名字叫做卡子的吗？大家
And she asked anybody with the name Katsu. Nobody said anything except
叫
me
我卡子卡子嘛。
because my parents always called me with
我就是
Katsu.
卡子啊，你到底有什么事啊？
And I
我听
told
说
them,
玉皇
I'm
宫的现
Katsu.
在的负责
What do
人，
you need?
这一次法会会来，这一次法会负责人会来。我在玉皇宫的
For the ceremony this time,
是
the director of the Jade Emperor Temple will also come.
这里面有一个叫做卡子
But
的，
back then,
金母要找他，
Jio-san at that temple asked for katsu and told me that Golden Mother is looking for him. So I walk to the altar. I'm katsu. Do you need anything? And she asked me to kneel. I said, what for? You'll know once you kneel. And I did. And asked me to join my palms, and I did. And then it all started. And light appeared, and then Siddhikara Bodhisattva, Amitabha Buddha, and Golden Mother appeared and spoke to me. And the Jade Emperor took, which is Lord Indra, took a red like a cloth or banner and wrote a few words for me. That's how it was. What should I do? I did not know anything. And Chio-san told me that you have to deliver sentient beings in the future. I said, what? I don't know anything. How could I deliver sentient beings? And she said, you will know. Naturally, and sure enough, that night I was brought to have visions. That's where Padma Kumara originated. It's like bright white light that's keep flicking, and told me that's Padma Kumara, your past life. And then they taught me Dharma every night. Imparted Dharma to me. And they invited the Three Mountain Nine Lord Master. And they started to import Dharma to me for an hour every night for 3 years total, before I came out to deliver sentient beings. And they brought me to follow a few gurus. So I started out with no self. So what happened that I become lost and with self. And then I had self. And then when they asked me to deliver sentient beings, I finally realized what no self is. It's all predestined. Chio-san did not know that I would deliver this many people. Miss Lin Chen-tai. You've met her, right? She was still alive then. When they followed me, Chio-san was still alive. She called on me. And she was like a master or guru in the Tzibi chapter of Golden Mother Temple. Chio-san, Jiako, Qianci, all this, a few people at the Jade Emperor Temple. And Chio-san was the one that called on my name. So that's how it all comes together, the causes and conditions. Although you came to the Saha world and you got lost, but there would be time that you would be awakened. And then you woke up. So Buddhas and Bodhisattvas started out with no self, and then they come to the Saha world to deliver sentient beings, and then they become deluded upon rebirth, but they would be awakened, and then after that they become no self again. So that's my answer to Lian Hua Yi Chai from Singapore. So I didn't know, right? Because I was deluded upon rebirth. I did not know that I was Padma Kumara before. And I went to the Jit Emperor Temple. It's actually a very tiny temple. It's still small now. And the abbot before was Si Hui Ling. And he prepared an amount of money and went to a place in Takeng or Taiping, bought a piece of land and built a temple. And I heard that they did build it, but it was burned. And so it's still at the old place and a tiny area at the Li Xing Road in Taichung.
You know the world 世界上谁最花心吗？是男人，不是，是水，因为他可以泡茶、泡面、
Oh, this is a pun on Chinese words. Like, who's the worst kind of playboy on earth is water, because water, court tea, court coffee. Two girls are talking to each other. Your boyfriend is so ugly. How come you like him? That's what you saw, but what I saw is his talent. So what talent? You know him? He can drive a Ferrari with the single-handed. So it's all about money. The second generation of a rich family. Xiaoming said, one summer vacation, my mom placed my game set in my school bag. So I didn't play any game all summer. It's very funny. And you don't laugh? So his mom placed the game set inside his school bag. So he did not play any games. So that man, he never reached for the school bag all summer vacation. Because if he did, then he would have found the game set. Now we will talk about the Vimalakirti Sutra. The elders responded, Layman, we heard the Buddha said that one should not leave the household life without the permission of one's parents. So the elders said to Sakyamuni Buddha, to Vimalakirti, we heard that Sakyamuni Buddha said, if the parents don't let us abandon household life, then we cannot. Because Sakyamuni Buddha said that you do need to be approved by your parents to become ordained. And Vimalakirti said, by generating the mind of Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi, it is the same as entering a monastic life. As soon as you generate a bodhicitta, if you generate bodhicitta, that is a true ordination. You don't need to have the ritual. So ordination does not necessarily require the ritual. But as soon as you generate the mind for enlightenment, you're considered to be ordained. So he said, by generating the mind of Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi, I say it in Taiwanese, and this is in Mandarin. It's the same as renouncing the mundane life, because my mom always chanted in the Taiwanese dialect, Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. The way it's pronounced in Taiwanese should be closer to the Pali pronunciation. So as soon as you generate the mind of Anuttara Sambodhi, it's the same as being a renunciate. So this is more important than the physical ordination. Nowadays, our ordained monks and nuns will tell me, "Okay, Master, I want to return to a household life." You're already mundane anyway. There's no need to return to it. Because you have not generated the bodhicitta. Even after you become ordained, you don't even know what enlightenment is about. So what you have is just a mundane conduct, mundane ritual, mundane conduct. And therefore you don't have spiritual commitment, which means you don't have the mind for enlightenment. You don't even have it. So you're not ordained at all in such a case. So when he told me that I want to return to mundane life, and I said there's no need, because you're always mundane. Because you have not renunciated. So all you need to do is just leave your hair long, whatever you want. Doesn't matter. You want to get married, whatever. Because that's how you've been all along anyway. But once you made the commitment, the aspiration for enlightenment, you will never regress. So if you regress, that means you're mundane. So once you generate it, then you will never regress. But if you just shave your hair and wear the ordained clothes, but you perform mundane actions, thinking mundane thoughts, and everything about you is mundane. So you've actually never been ordained, not even a day. So true ordination is when you generate the mind of the path or the enlightenment. So even superficially, you don't look ordained. So then Vimalakirti's word makes sense. So if you generate the mind for the path, then you're ordained. Even if you don't shave your hair, you're still an ordained, a renunciate. But on the other hand, people who have shaven their heads are not necessarily ordained renunciates, because they have not generated the mind for enlightenment. And once you generated that mind, you have comply with the monastic vows. So 3 kinds of vows: for the young novice, and for the bhikshus, bhiksunis, and then bodhisattva vows. altogether, they are called the three altars of precepts. And if you have gone through these three, then you are a true ordained person. So you need to generate the bodhicitta and then to follow the three major groups of precepts and become a bodhisattva. So then the 32 elders generated the mind of Anuttara Sambodhi. When they heard these words, so Rahula told Sakyamuni Buddha, I am really unable to fulfill your request to visit Vimalakirti because I don't have his wisdom or his eloquence. I cannot compare. So I'm not qualified. So whether you are ordained or not, sometimes we think, as long as you maintain the clear light radiance of your heart and mind, then whatever you do is honorable, is noble. And then whatever you do with the mind of enlightenment, then it's all noble and holy. But if you don't have the clear light radiance and you don't have the mind for enlightenment, then whatever you do is mundane. Although now we are just an ordinary being in the Saha, but if you maintain this kind of heart and mind, like it's written in the Bible, you can do anything. If you have a bright and radiant heart mind, just like Vimalakirti, you can play cards, mahjong, mahjong. Can you play the cards? Can the monastic people play cards? Can the lay Buddhists play cards? Yes, you can. Can you go to the casino? And Vimalakirti did. The lay Buddhist Vimalakirti went to the gambling parlor, to the brothel, and touched the money and sex, sensual pleasures. And he socialized with many people, the royalties and the celebrities. He was very famous in his area, a very famous elder. So can an ordained monk go to the brothel? According to the precepts of the Mahayana tradition, no, prohibited. Can they go to the gambling parlor? No. Can they play cards or mahjong? According to the ordination precepts, no, disallowed. However, Vimalakirti said, they are all allowed as long as you have the mind for enlightenment. then as long as you maintain such a mind, you use it to influence people at the gambling parlor or at the dance halls or at the brothels or play cards. It's just a game. Those are all fine, as long as they don't affect your mind for enlightenment. Even if you play mahjong. But if it affects your mind of enlightenment, say if you suffer when you lose or you're very happy when you win, that means you're affected. Your mind of the path is affected. So instead, you're not happy or sad whether you lose or win. Just be it. And you still maintain your clear light, radiant heart and mind. Whether you're lay Buddhists such as upasakas or upasikas for the women, they're all allowed. So that's the concept, the principle. So the spiritual commitment or the mind for enlightenment is very important. Clear light radiant mind is also very important. I asked my guru, His Holiness the 16th Karmapa, Master, can you teach me the most important Dharma and what I should do? And he told me, you want to maintain your clear, light, radiant mind or heart and mind. The 16th Karmapa told me, as long as you have clear light radiant in your heart mind and maintain the clear light radiance, and maintain it, and that's good enough. And this is the most important. If your heart mind is affected and becomes dark or becomes slanted, having bad thoughts, etc., and so that's not clear light radiant mind, then you have lost your mind of enlightenment. This statement is very important. So maintain your own clear light radiance in your heart mind. That's what the 16th Karmapa told me. So the clear light radiant mind is also called the mind of enlightenment, or the mind of the path. Yesterday I was talking about secret practitioner. So all the gurus in Kagyupa, Tilopa, Naropa, Marpa, Milarepa, they are all yogis. Tilopa, Naropa, Marpa, Milarepa, they are all yogis. And then Kampopa was not. Kampopa was a formally ordained monk in the Sangha, and he went to Milarepa as his guru and learned his Dharma. So Milarepa imparted his Dharma to Kampopa, but Kampopa was an ordained person who lived in the Sangha. And then from Kampopa on, they were not a yogi. And then from Kampopa, he transmitted to Karmapa, the first Karmapa, which is the Karmapa system, and all the way to the 17th Karmapa now. And most of them have a Sangha, and followers as their disciples. Like True Buddha School, it's also a Sangha. We have organizations, True Buddha Foundation, Dharma Masters, Dharma Educators, Dharma Tutors, Dharma Instructors, Temple Directors, and etc. So we have temples, chapters, centers who live together and practice together. And they are not yogis. So that's the difference between yogi and Sangha. Yogi life. This is about texting. Xiaoming wrote, I'm helping someone. And mom asked, really? And Xiaoming replied, he lost $1,000 NT and had no money to go home. So I loaned him $300 so that he can get home. And the mom asked, maybe he cheated you. How could you just loan him money like that? And Xiaoming said, because I picked up $1,000 bill. A lady asked her boyfriend, my big aunt just left. Are you coming to my house tonight? And the boyfriend said, we just know each other. We just dated each other for 1 month. I don't even know your family. Oh, this is also a Chinese thing. Chinese play of words. The man is so dumb. Actually, she's saying, my period is gone, but Chinese like to use that to say my big aunt was gone, and he said, oh, I don't pray at funerals. This is a joke about texting. I have itchy throat and coughing continuously. And then the other person said, oh, maybe you're inflamed. Should I buy a medicine for you? And then she replied, no need. Why don't you buy chicken wings with soy braise and also chicken feet? And what use are those? Oh, because when I put them in my throat, they'll scratch it for me. Om Mani Padme Hum. We are truly grateful to His Holiness Precious Dharma teachings. In a moment, there will be the empowerment for Maha Pratisara Bodhisattva, and during the empowerment, please remember to visualize, form the mudra, and chant the mantra. And please remember to return your receivers right away, please. Thank you very much. This ends the English interpretation today. Thank you. Bye.
顶礼坛城，做观想大礼拜，一拜根本传承上师及十方三世一切诸佛。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心善引，二拜诸菩萨。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心善引，三拜诸护法金刚。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心善引，是平等于其寿。恭请师尊以布道展视频接受尊献上弟子们的感恩之心。
大家请
谢谢师尊，
不师尊，
感谢
谢谢师尊，
谢谢师尊，
家持，
加持，
谢谢师尊，
谢谢师尊，
感恩师尊，感恩师母，
谢谢你
祝师
新年快乐，新年快乐，
祝师尊佛年长寿，身体健康，希望家里健康顺顺，请师加持。师尊，谢师母，师尊师母，师尊。身体健康，家点赞师师母请师加持，师尊身体健康，希望慈祥如意，我请师加持。20，佛健康，身体健康，希望家里顺顺我亲子，谢师尊，谢谢师感谢师母，健康茶，转法了，我身体健康，希望你家顺顺我亲家庭，感谢师母，谢谢师尊，健康长寿的真理，健康，家庭健康，顺顺我亲家庭，我祝宣真恩慈自在，吉祥如意，身体健康，家庭健康，顺顺我亲家庭，这是我祝师尊佛健康，
谢谢师尊，谢谢线上的同们，下周见，谢谢大家，下周见。
每天晚上5点，希望早点叫顺顺母亲睡觉，真是母，师尊，长寿自在转法轮，祝身体健康，早点叫顺顺母亲身加持，师尊，祝师母，20，师尊，长寿自在转法轮，身体健康，希望早点父母请宣加持，感谢师母，师尊是我身体健康，希望早点叫师母请宣加持，感谢师母，爱你师尊啊，心心感恩师尊，祝师尊健康，见到师母加持，师尊谢谢感恩师尊师母，师尊。
我们就是灌顶的路线呢，是从伽蓝尊者外边的先排队先排队灌顶，从外面伽蓝尊者那边，之后呢到韦陀菩萨就是说要从外面排队的同们呢是优先灌顶的，谢谢。Hello everyone. We still missing two translator receiver. If you have the translator receiver, please return. Thank you. We still missing two translator receiver. If you have the translator receiver, please return. Thank you. we still missing one translator receiver. One more translator receiver. If you have the translator receiver, please return. Thank you.
祈愿师尊佛体安康，祈求师尊常住世间，大转法轮，利乐无量，无尽众生界。你是阳光，照遍十方；你是小雨，滋润万物；你是彩虹。绽放最灿烂的笑容，你是一切，一切我。
恭请法王圣尊莲生活佛为与会大众做大随求菩萨法灌顶，含有皈依灌顶。
Maha Mahapolati Salo
我们一起顶礼感恩师尊，谢谢师尊。让我们以热烈的掌声感恩师尊慈悲赐受大随求法灌顶，谢谢师尊。
尊连手回佛，最多加这个大家是这样子。
爱你是尊，好爱你是尊，
不得见光，
爸爸节快乐，生日
以身加持，
好了，感恩师尊。
感谢尊加持，
感恩师尊，起身加持，谢谢师尊。